Looking at the most talked about teams in the NBA, you usually name teams like the Lakers, the Warriors, the Nets, the Grizzlies, the Suns, and even the Bucks, who just won a championship. But the one team that normally never gets talked about is the Miami Heat. Why is that? Is it because a lot of people are turned off about how they got swept last year by the Bucks after just dominating the Bucks a year ago? Or is it because people just feel like they only made it to the finals because it was a bubble, it was a whole different environment, the teams that they played weren't really up to par, and it just didn't really count. Like they said with the Lakers. They said the Lakers championship doesn't count because it was in a bubble. You didn't really get to feel the home team, the away team. You didn't really get to feel that because there was no fans in the crowd, and it was just completely different. But whatever that is, or whatever why people don't like talking about the Heat, I feel like people need to wake up because this Heat team is dangerous, and this Heat team is a team that nobody in the NBA wants to face in the playoffs. So let's talk about it. This team is perfectly built for the playoffs. They have the ability to match up with anybody in the league, and that's because they have a team full of defenders. Let's name these defenders. Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is a defender that can guard 1 through 5. It was really on the radar last year, especially when they had them switching on the guards all last year. It's like a whole 5-minute clip on YouTube of Bam Adebayo just guarding guards. Like he's one of the only players in the league that can guard 1 through 5. Jimmy Butler, a person that's made multiple all-defensive teams. You're looking at his highlights right now. A really dominant player, especially when it comes to the defensive side. PJ Tucker. Now, yes, he got cooked by Kevin Durant. But that is the only person that can ever cook PJ Tucker. Kevin Durant is just that guy. But PJ Tucker is a player that can also guard 1 through 5. They have two players that are able to guard 1 through 5. PJ Tucker on the Rockets, they'd had him at the 5, and he was able to guard those 5. And in the playoffs, they had him on Trae Young, Chris Paul, Devin Booker. So just showing you his versatility on defense. Then you look at a guy like Kyle. Kyle's another player that's also been able to be on an all-defensive team. A really good, versatile guard, especially when it comes to guarding bigs. He draws a lot of fouls. And when you look at the leaders in charges this year, I'm pretty sure he's at the top of that. Victor Oladipo, yes, he's not playing, but we all know when Victor Oladipo is playing, he's also one of the best defenders in the league. Dwayne Demon, a really good shot blocker that comes off that bench. Caleb Martin. The thing I love about Caleb Martin is he plays every game like he's fighting for a contract, even though he already has a contract. On the defensive side, he's one of the most versatile defenders that they have. One of those energetic guys that give you a lot of energy on the defensive side. And he's not really lacking on the defensive side. Omar Yusufin, we're going to talk about him later in the video, but his shot blocking ability is really good. Marcus Garrett, they already talked about it. If you watch Heat interviews, they tell you one of their best defenders is Marcus Garrett. And he just hasn't had the time to play yet, but when he has had time to play, he's been really good on defense. I just named you 6-7 players that are really good on defense, and there's more. But that just shows you the many versatile defenders that they have. And then when you look at their offense is also dangerous. Their offense is heavily predicated on shooting threes most of the times. They like to get Tyler Hero, Max Strus, Kyle Guy in the game. They like to get them to shoot their threes early in the game, Kyle Lowry, just to get the game flowing. But then when it comes to crunch time, they give it to this guy that I'm showing you the highlights in the background, Jimmy Butler. He just takes them away. But the thing I love about this team is they gave everybody roles this year, especially Tyler Hero. You see the role that the Eric Spoelstra gave him. He gave him the role of being the only sixth man. And now look what Tyler Hero's doing. Averaging 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 43 from the field and 38 from the 3. And while Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo was off on injuries, and then I think Jimmy had COVID for a period of time, Tyler Hero was carrying his team to a certain extent. And to me, he's running away with the 6th man of the year race. There's literally nobody there. He's running away with it. And then, going back to the top, Jimmy, having a really good year all around. Probably one of the most underrated playmakers we have in this league, averaging 21, 6 and 6, while shooting 45 from the field, doing whatever it takes to just lead this team that's super scary. They have their own identity, and one of the main reasons why they have their own identity is because of Jimmy. Then you look at a guy like Kyle Lowry. This was a really good pickup by them. He fits their identity to the T. And when it comes to playoff time, we all know what Kyle Lowry can do in the playoffs. These last few playoffs that he has been in, he has stepped it up tremendously. If we're talking about the year they won the championship, or we're talking about the year when they lost to the Celtics in the semifinals, he stepped it up tremendously. Bam Adebayo, even though he hasn't played as of late, Bam Adebayo is a really good offensive player. He can do it from not all three levels. He can do it from the mid-range and the post. Really dominant when it comes to the post. But this season, we're seeing more jump shots from Bam Adebayo, and that's something that I really like to see. Because I feel like he has kind of like a point big game to him. Like, you've seen those off-season highlights from Bam Adebayo. The stuff he's doing on ball is crazy. His handle as a 6'9" forward is wild. And then you got the shooters. I named you the shooters earlier, but Max Strus, lights out 3-point shooter. Duncan Robinson, lights out 3-point shooter. Even though he's having a bad year, we all know Duncan can go off for a game and just have 6 threes. Max Strus, I already said that, my fault. Kyle Guy, a guy that they just picked up, which we will talk about later, how they just pick up random guys and they automatically are really good. Lights out 3-point shooter. Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, they just have a lot of shooters. It's multiple levels to their defense where they can kill you at. And when it comes to the playoffs, it's going to be hard to stop them because on the offensive side of the ball, if they're not doing as good, you're probably not going to be scoring that much points against them on defense because they have 3 elite defenders surrounded by a lot of really good defenders. The 3 elite defenders are PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. And you got the really good defenders with Kyle Lowry, with Victor Oladipo when he comes back, Caleb Martin, Omar Yusuf, Dwayne Demon. They're a team that predicates on defense and predicates on being gritty and hard, and they like to fight. And that's a team you just don't want to face in the playoffs. And then let's talk about their depth. They're the one team that just has this ability to find random players and put them into the game, and the players will automatically play good. Like, we could take it back all the way to 2013. Where the hell did Norris Cole come from? Where did he come from? Then he contributed to a championship. Let's talk about 2 years ago. Duncan Robinson, D3 player, then went to Michigan. Where did he come from? Now he's making, $20 million a year or something like that? He's on an $85 million contract. One of the best shooters we've seen of all time. Where did he come from? Kendrick Nunn came from the G League. Where did he come from? That first year, he started the whole year, basically. And he was a rookie. Undrafted rookie at that. Finished first team all rookie. Probably had a good argument for rookie of the year, if you ask some people. Where did he come from? Then you're looking at guys that they got right now. Max Strus. Where did he come from? I know he went to DePaul, because I'm a basketball mind. I got to know that. He went to DePaul, but, where did he come from? Where did they get this guy from? He's an elite shooter. Where did they find him from? Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy is a player that was on the Cavs G League team, so I definitely know about him. The one thing that they did with him is they let him play his position. The one thing about Kyle Guy is he came into the league as a shooting guard in a point guard's body. So you know what the NBA tried to do? They tried to turn him into a point guard, and that's just not him. They didn't allow him to shoot the shots that he liked to shoot. They didn't allow him to play off ball because that's his normal position. And that's why he never really panned out in places like the Sacramento Kings. It just never worked. And now he's on this team shooting the lights out because he's doing what he needs to do. He's doing what they want him to do. And he's doing what fits for him. It's just playing off ball and shooting. Gabe Vincent, where did they get him from? Another shooter. They just have a way of finding these guys that come out of nowhere. Omar Yusuf. It sucks that Bam got hurt, but if Bam didn't get hurt, you would have never known how good Omar Yusuf is. If you really tapped in, you know that dude is a dog. But now that Bam got hurt, Omar Yusuf probably hasn't had a game under 13 rebounds, dominating the whole rebounds ever since Bam been out. And I think the next person that's going to be where did he come from? Marcus Garrett. I really like Marcus Garrett. I love his game. But yeah, let's talk. When it comes to playoffs, man, this team is going to be a team that when it comes to the end of the year, a lot of teams are going to start trying to lose a couple games to find the right seeding to avoid this team, because I don't think this is the same Heat team that we've seen in the past few years. I don't think this is the same Heat team that got swept by the Bucks. I don't think this is the same Heat team that made it to the finals in the bubble. It's just a deeper Heat team with an even scarier identity. And I think when it comes to playoff time, man, this team is a team not to be messed with. I don't know what their ceiling is. I'm not going to say because I already told you guys my team coming out the East is the Bucks. I don't think nobody's really messing with the Bucks. But I wouldn't be mad if you was to tell me right now they can easily beat the Bucks, because I believe they might. They might. The level of switchability they have on the Bucks, It's going to be crazy. And it can cause a problem for Giannis, but Giannis is not the same Giannis that they seen 2 years ago. Let's get that straight right now. It's not the same Giannis, and it's not the same Bucks team. Well, if they do strap up Giannis, now you have All-Star Jrue Holiday and All-Star Chris Middleton. It's not the same. But that's it for this video. I just want to show you guys that this Heat team is scary. And I don't understand how they find these random players and just plug them in, and then now they're automatically really good. Like, how do they do that? Them and the Raptors, how do they do that? They're scouters, and they need head coaching jobs. They are crazy. I don't know how they do that. But other than that, man, this is it for this video. This is it for the schedule of the week. I uploaded 4 days in a row. Might upload 5 if I think of a video for tomorrow. If something crazy happens tonight, I'll upload tomorrow. But other than that, this is it for this video. Peace out.